Today, let's talk about one of the most beloved movies ever, Forrest Gump. He's the guy with a low IQ who somehow becomes a war hero, Ping-Pong Champion, Millionaire Shrimp Boat Owner, and ends up involved in nearly every big American event from the 1950s to the 1980s. While you might be tearing up at the bench scenes or quoting "Run, Forrest, run," there's actually some hidden meaning in the film. And no, it's not that Forrest is a secret time-traveling alien, though that would be interesting. Let's look at what's really going on and have some fun along the way. Destiny versus chance. First, let's talk about the floating white feather at the start and end of the movie. It's not just there to look nice. The feather is the film's way of saying that life is unpredictable. One moment you're minding your own business, and the next you're swept up in something unexpected, just like a feather in the wind. Forrest sits on the bench and shares his mom's famous line, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get." In other words, sometimes you get a caramel chocolate, and sometimes you get the coffee one that nobody likes. Thanks, Mom, that's really helpful. But Forrest himself nails the deeper truth at Jenny's grave. I don't know if we each have a destiny or if we're all just floating around accidental-like on a breeze, but I think maybe it's both. Maybe both is happening at the same time. Basically, life is a mix of random events and how you respond to them. Forrest doesn't overthink things, he just keeps going. Meanwhile, the rest of us are searching for life purpose online at 2 a.m. and eating too many chocolates. Here's a tip: skip the coffee ones. Innocence versus the crazy world. Here's where things get interesting. Forrest is a pure, innocent Southern guy who succeeds at everything almost by accident. He becomes a football star, war hero, and shrimp boat captain simply by being kind and showing up. Now, compare that to Jenny. She gets caught up in the 1960s counterculture, free love, protests, drugs, and difficult relationships. Whenever she tries to change the world, it often ends up changing her, and not always for the better. The movie lightly pokes fun at the idea that getting too caught up in big ideas, activism, or searching for yourself in the wrong places might not be the best path. While Jenny is at rallies and experimenting with drugs, Forrest simply asks, "Hey, wanna go shrimping?" It's as if the film is suggesting that overthinking history and society can make life more complicated. On the other hand, being simple, loyal, and kind often leads to better outcomes. Is the movie quietly conservative or a bit nostalgic for traditional values? Maybe. Or perhaps it's just showing that when life brings challenges like Vietnam, Watergate, and disco all at once, it's best not to make things more complicated. Either way, Jenny's story stands out as a warning about getting lost in the chaos. Lieutenant Dan running and other symbols. Let's not forget Lieutenant Dan. He loses his legs in Vietnam and spends years feeling angry at the world, even yelling at storms, asking, "Is that all you got?" He believes he was meant for greatness and that it was taken from him. By the end of the film, though, he finds peace, gets new prosthetic legs, and even finds love. The message is to stop fighting against things you can't control and learn to go with the flow. For Dan, it also means accepting help and moving forward. As for Forrest's famous cross-country run, he doesn't do it for charity, politics, or to sell self-help books. He simply says,
"I just felt like running."
Whether he's heartbroken, confused, or bored, he just keeps running. It's his way of coping, and he covers a lot of ground along the way. Forrest's shrimp business is all about loyalty to his friend Bubba. That's all I have to say about that. By keeping a promise and working hard, Forrest builds a fortune. The lesson is that sometimes being honest and reliable is more valuable than any business degree. The big takeaway. So what is the hidden meaning of Forrest Gump? The film doesn't offer one simple answer. Instead, it shows that life is unpredictable, messy, and full of surprises. The feather and the box of chocolates really do sum it up. You can try to control your destiny, get frustrated by chance, join every protest, or overthink every decision. Or you can be like Forrest, show up, be kind, care for the people around you, and keep moving forward even when things don't make sense. The film combines heartfelt moments with gentle humor. It makes fun of how seriously people can take themselves while celebrating someone who doesn't. In a world full of people struggling like Jenny and Lieutenant Dan, maybe it's wise to be a bit more like Forrest. The movie might seem a little nostalgic or gently critical of activism, but at its core, it's optimistic. It shows that an ordinary, good-hearted person can make it through tough times and still make a positive difference. As Forrest says, stupid is as stupid does. So maybe don't make things harder than they need to be. Enjoy the chocolate, follow the feather, run when you feel like it, and most importantly, don't just sit and wait forever. That's my perspective on the hidden and obvious meanings in Forrest Gump. What do you think? Is it destiny, pure chance, or both happening at once? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree more with Mama's chocolate philosophy or Lieutenant Dan's struggles? If you enjoyed this, please like the video, subscribe for more movie discussions with a bit of humor, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive. Thanks for watching. Run, Forrest, or at least click subscribe.